Hello.
No. We need. If we're getting together, and if we're gathering together, we need to hear voices. That's why we're here today. So let me say this again. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
We are here today because we're still getting our voices out there. We're still showing that we need freedom, that we need justice, that we need equality. That's why we're here today. We're here to show that collectively we can demand a change. Not demand a change. We can create a change for a corrupted judicial system, for a corrupted social system, really and truly. That's why we're here today. It's cold, and I'm happy that y'all are here in the cold with us. I mean, to see the faces, to see people of different colors, different religions, right here in this park, it's a beautiful thing. And that's why we're here. I don't even know what else to say. It's just, I mean, right now I'm kind of hit with emotions for real. But we're gonna have a speak out portion right here in the park. And then we're gonna leave here. We're gonna go down Cathedral to right here where the library is. We're gonna turn at the library. We're gonna go through VCU to Harrison down Broad to Belvedere, where we're going to have a dine for 4 minutes and 30 seconds. We're going to get up. We're going to keep down Broad to Jefferson. We're going to make a right on to Jefferson. We're going to come around in front of the police station. We're going to have a dine for 11 minutes in front of the police station. And then we're going to speak again in front of the police station. Y'all with me on that? Mm-hmm. No, you're not. We're going to try this again. Are y'all with me with that?
Yes!
So what I'm going to do, I like how everybody like in the line right here. So we're going to go down the line. I'm going to start from the end and work my way back up. Since this is your megaphone.
It is, but I don't need it. I can speak loud. I don't necessarily know. I was just volunteered to speak. So that's what they said. So I guess it's good that we are all here. One, to make sure our voices are continues to be heard, but also let us remember that it is MLK Day. Let us remember what MLK stood for, not only the things that they teach us, but the things that we learn ourselves. I think it's really important for us to, I guess, stand as one and keep the fight going. Not only in his name, but for our future kids, our kids' kids, for all those things. And I too am happy to see that we have so many allies out here. That's a great feeling. I mean, I'm just ready to yell and be heard for real. So I'm gonna go ahead and let Auntie speak.
Hello, everyone. Hey. So my whole, honestly, yesterday I had mixed emotions about coming out of protest. I had mixed emotions about a lot of things. It's crazy to me how between Martin Luther King's assassination and today, how we have somehow turned his life and his death into a day of act of community service. I'm not saying he wasn't for giving back, but that definitely was not his legacy in his life. And it's crazy how when we protest and we're out riding and we're out turning up because we're tired of this, how they want to spout Martin Luther King quotes at us, telling what would Martin Luther King, what would he think? He's rolling over in his grave, etc., etc. Really, is he rolling over in his grave because we're out protesting and fighting like he did on a consistent basis? Or is he rolling over in his grave because the fact of the way you guys are depicting and softening and commercializing his movement? They're softening it and they're turning it into something it wasn't. They take a bits and pieces of his speeches and turn it into a dead community service. I'm all about community service. That's my life. Anybody that knows me, I'm out for volunteering, for giving back. I think that's most important. But what Martin Luther King was about fighting. Everyone wants to bring up his civil disobedience, but he was all about fighting and getting out and protesting and getting out and using your voice. So I'm glad that as of today we're using this to reclaim Martin Luther King, to rebrand his legacy and to rebrand his name, because they've been messing it up in the history books, in the schools, on this television. They've been whitewashing it and making it something more safe, when in itself Martin Luther King was a rebel and he fought. So I'm glad that we're out here fighting. We're out here doing what Martin Luther King would want us to do. I'm not sure if he would think that we would still be fighting today, but we have to, and we are. And this is what he would want us to do. This is what he would want. I feel like this is where he would want us to be at right now. So I'm glad that you guys are out. This is not the biggest group that I say, but honestly, when one or more, we good. And I'm glad that we're out here using our voices, and I hope that we can bring more people out here with us. I hope that we can take these back to our homes, back to our schools, and speak about it. But this is what Martin Luther King would want us to do right now. With all the injustices and all the bad things going on in the world with this system, with the government, and everything else, this is what Martin Luther King would want us to do. So.
All right, y'all. How y'all doing? My name's Cherry Payne. I'm not going to talk a lot because I'm ready to get this started, but I will say that I'm happy that you guys decided not to just make this a moment, but to make this a movement. I'm thankful that you guys actually are tired of waiting for a leader to come up, and you want to be leaders yourselves. That is a blessing for all of us, and I'm just really happy to see mixed faces all in this crowd. You know, we might not have 1,000 or 5,000 people out here, but we are enough, and we're going to make this difference today, and we're going to be heard today. So let's get this movement started, and we're going to go back.
Can I say one thing?
Yes, you certainly can.
And first I'd like to say, in honor of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., thank you for your contribution to mankind and society. And we have to all know that with civil rights come civil responsibilities. And that's with the community, with the collective. We can't just say, hey, we're going to take our taxpayers' dollars, pay the police department to do everything, clean up our own filth in our own communities. We have to set an example in your community. Back in the days, I'm 41, and back in the days in Brooklyn, New York, you know, the next door neighbor would take the strap to my behind if she saw me acting out of character. But we don't have that today. The laws and everybody says mind your business. So you know, I am honored to be here amongst you all, everyone, the police department, the people. There's aspiring doctors, there's artists, there's poets, there's people that's had a hard time in life, but we still made it here. And I would like to thank Dr. King, for dedicating his life for me to have a chance to speak and be here today. And thank you. That's all I want to say.
And yes, that's why we're out here. So when we do leave here, because I've been checking time right now. I know I said I was going to leave at 5, but want the people to get here on time. It's 4:29. What we're going to do, we're going to leave the park at 4:45. But, I mean, I know when we march, we like to march, together, but we're still separated. So what I want to do with this, hopefully everybody has on deodorant, because we're going to lock arms. We're going to lock arms when we walk in.
Okay, if you don't believe in it,
I mean,
leaders, citizens, we'll get a moderator. It doesn't matter, someone we agree with, but let's have a real conversation and talk about it. I was at City Council and heard some of the concerns that the group has, and let's address some of it. Let's start making, I look at what's going on in the country and marching and arrests and blocking, but let's address some of the real issues. And let's see if we can together clear up any perceptions. Let's talk about issues with police brutality, issues that you all have, that we can work together and see if we can make things better as a group. So I just wanted to offer that. I didn't mean to interrupt anything. Please be careful again. Just ask, just think about that I'd like to offer that we can get together and really address some of the concerns and issues and have more of a conversation instead of confrontation and try to get to the bottom of it. And I know we can't do 20 things at one time, but if we could pick 2 or 3 and really deal with them and have a good conversation, the police department is certainly willing to do that. So I would just offer that to you. And I do believe hearing the things you say, I do believe that working together, we can make some things change.
Okay.
Absolutely. We're in.
I'm for it.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
I want us to remember that a lot of us, how many from here are actually from Richmond? Like, how many people standing here are from Richmond? Okay, so you see them sprinkled out. A lot of us are here are students, right?
Yeah.
And I think it's important that we start reaching out to the community because a lot of us are here temporarily. We're going to be leaving in 2, 3, 4 years, but the people who live here still have to interact with that police department. So it's really important for us to start reaching out to the community and get them involved in that conversation. We can't exclude the people who actually live in this city and only have the conversation amongst college students. It won't be productive that way because we will have the opportunity to leave. Some of these people who live here will not. So I think it's really important that we start reaching out to the community. Take the protest to the community if we need to. Let them get the opportunity to join in and see it firsthand. But I think it's really important that we have to incorporate them, the people who are really from Richmond.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
that's-
You can come to Southside anytime.